Hi, thanks for tuning into Sweet Life. I'm Natasha, and today I am coming to you with a new recipe for my sweet, savory, spicy, really hitting all the flavors, tropical-ish type slaw. I am not a fan of traditional coleslaw. Number one, I don't like mayonnaise. I've discovered vinegar-based slaws and found that I prefer those. Now, traditionally, when you make a vinegar-based slaw, or even just regular coleslaw, is that they put in just a little bit of sugar, right? The sugar helps to cut some of the acid from the vinegar, balancing it out. But here, we don't add any sugar because we have the sweetness from the fruit. So you get some crunch from the carrots and the cabbage, which is expected. But then we switch things up by adding in some pineapple and mango, which adds a bit of sweetness to balance out our apple cider vinegar, which adds some tang. And then we get a little bit of spice in the form of garlic chili sauce. Combine that with the refreshing flavor and crunch of jicama, and it all comes together for a really nice but unexpected slaw. Very well balanced slaw, goes really well with barbecue, and I'm sure it will be a welcome addition to your picnic or barbecue this summer. I just have a bowl here with half of a regular green cabbage. And I'm going to start adding the rest of my ingredients. Here I have some jicama, which I've just not exactly shredded, but cut into, some bite-sized pieces here. And this I'm going to add to the cabbage. I'm not going to add all of it just as yet, so I can be sure to be able to mix it in. I'm just going to give this a quick little toss. Initially, I planned to use purple cabbage, but I had half of a regular green cabbage on hand and I didn't want it to go to waste, so I went ahead and used that. But I would recommend the purple cabbage. The reason being, they both taste the same. But with the purple cabbage, you get a different color. It's going to add some visual interest to this slaw. So now I'm going to add some more of my jicama. And then this is just like one fair-sized jicama. To this, we are going to add, I have here some pineapple, about half a pound of pineapple chunks that I've just cut into smaller pieces, as well as about half a pound of mango chunks that I've also cut into smaller pieces. And then I have just here some carrots that I've just chopped up. Now you could certainly shred the carrots, shred the cabbage, but I wanted to have some different textures going on, so I cut them a little bit differently. In addition to that, your traditional slaw is really just cabbage, carrots, mayonnaise, and some other ingredients, right? But with this here, adding in the mango, the pineapple, you get a slightly sweeter flavor to it, right? And with the jicama is very nice and refreshing. So it's this is perfect for a summer or, spring barbecue or something like that. It's something that you eat. It's familiar, but a little bit different. This I'm just going to add into our bowl. And then I'm going to give this just a toss together. And we're going to just take it even a step further with the dressing that we put over it. For our sauce, and this is going to be the taste. Your mileage might vary, and mine will as well, based on how sweet the pineapple is, how sweet the mango is, or tart they might be. So these are the ingredients, but the amounts that you add are going to be based on what you have going on. First things first, I'm going to start with some kosher salt. Sprinkling that over, I'm sure we'll need a bit more. Some black pepper. And I'm going to start with about a tablespoon of garlic chili sauce. Followed by about a tablespoon to start of apple cider vinegar. Actually, let's do 2 or 3. and about half a tablespoon of sesame oil. Now, the sesame oil adds like a little bit of warmth. It has like a kind of toasty flavor to it. And you add that in, I just find like it gives a nice aroma. It adds a warm, toasty type flavor to things that you're making. Combined, so if you think of like oil and vinegar, right, which is like makings of a salad dressing, the little bit of oil just adds like a little toasty flavor. The apple cider vinegar, it adds in a bit of acid. And then we have some spice and savory, garlicky flavor from the garlic chili sauce, combined with your go-tos of salt and pepper. Now we're going to blend this together. And you can see it's already starting to shine from the oil and the vinegar. And so it's like we're trying to hit on various notes, right? Sweet, savory, acid, or sour, spice, and you can't smell this, but you can smell the aroma from the sesame oil, which is part of why I like to use it. So, that's good. You taste it. The last flavor to hit is the heat, so be careful with that. But up front, you get like the mango, you get a little bit of the pineapple, you get that really nice crunch from the jicama. The jicama kind of cools it down because it's like really nice and refreshing. And then like you get the crunch of the cabbage, and it all comes together for like a really nice flavor. So like I said, you get the sweet, you get the heat, you get the crunch. It's like the vinegar's kind of mellowed out a little bit, but it all comes together for a really, really nice combination of flavors. So I think we're a good way towards getting there, but just need to make a little bit of tweaks. So actually, I don't think that we'll need the sugar. I was worried that we might need it because to help balance out the apple cider vinegar, but we don't, because the mango and the pineapple are more than enough. But I'm going to add a bit more salt. And I think we're good on black pepper because the garlic chili pepper adds like enough heat. You just need to kind of brighten up the flavor a little bit. It needs a little bit more salt. So toss that together. The sesame oil is like really nice and fragrant in there. I'm actually going to add just a little splash more of the apple cider vinegar. So that's now about 5 tablespoons of the apple cider vinegar. And just give that a toss. And now if I taste it at this point and feel like I've added a little bit too much of the apple cider vinegar, then I can go ahead and add like maybe a teaspoon of sugar. But I think we should be okay. Now we'll give it a try. Just trying to grab a little bit of everything on the fork. Trying to get a piece of pineapple too. So you can see I've got the cabbage, I've got the jicama, the carrot, little piece of mango, pineapple. And it's perfect. That is perfect. It's perfect, refreshing coleslaw. Far better than that traditional mayo mess. I'm giving myself a thumbs up on this. You know, people might be hesitant to try new things, but I'd say bring this to your backyard barbecue that you're a guest at or you're hosting, and I think, they'll forget all about that traditional coleslaw. This, hands down, great job. Sesame, pat on the back.
Thanks for tuning in. To ensure you don't miss any episodes, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and check out my cooking at home playlist. Go ahead and click that thumbs up button if you like what you saw, and go ahead and share it on social media.